Good afternoon to all the participants. There is some connection issue. Just be connected. From T-Works, Tejashwini madam will get connected. At any moment. Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello, madam. So thank you so much for accepting our invitation and ready for the virtual tour to your T-Works, which will make us much more prominent or for the all the participants who are the faculty will get a practical exposure how the co-work spaces are available. Thank you so much, madam. Welcome to you for the over to you, madam.
Right. Thank you so much for the introduction, ma'am. For everybody who is online, let me introduce myself. I'm Tejaswini. I head business development at T-Works. T-Works being the India's largest prototyping center. Ma'am, could you enable screen sharing option to me, please?
Yes, madam.
Yeah.
You are now co-host, madam.
Yeah, one second. All right. So a quick introduction. I'm not sure how many participants are available on the call. I'm assuming it's approximately some 30 to 40 of you from different colleges, I presume. So I can take questions in between also. So just for your information. So what I'm going to do right now is do a quick presentation, and then it'll be more like an interactive session. One second. Huh? Yeah.
Your screen is not sharing, madam.
Yeah, just fine. Figuring out.
Yes.
Just a second. Are you able to see my screen now?
No, sir. No, madam.
Just a second. I think there is a slight problem with my laptop. Is it better now?
No, madam, not visible.
Sorry, excuse me, everybody, for this delay.
Just you open the slides, madam, and then share it. There is a sharing option. Share screen in green color.
So I actually wanted to present a video, which I'm not able to.
Now it's visible, madam.
Okay, perfect. Okay, let me go here then. Are you able to hear the?
Yes, yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Wonderful. Okay, so this is a quick video of our inauguration, TWorks inauguration, which happened on 2nd of March 2023, followed which we will continue with the presentation, right? So.
Madam, that video play only audio is visible. Is there, madam?
To
No
hear
video.
the audio. Ma'am, can I send you the video? Will you be able to present it for me?
Yes, madam.
Yeah, 1 second. Kindly excuse for all this delay. I'm going to share you one video. You can actually have a look at it. Ma'am, can you play this link for me, please?
Just a minute, madam.
Sure. Well, I'd like to ask the participants of if you have an idea about what TWorks is, any one of you? Yeah, perfect. Thank you, ma'am. Well, the audio wasn't there. I thought without any further delay, we can continue. So I'm not sure if others could hear to the audio.
Audio was good, madam.
Oh, you could hear?
Yes, madam.
Oh, wonderful. I could not hear. I think there is some issue with my.
Okay.
Well, so that's an inauguration that has happened quite recently during our inauguration. This was a glimpse of what TWorks is. So let me take you through the entire presentation that I've prepared for today. Are you able to see my screen?
Screen is visible, madam.
Screen is visible. 1 second. Perfect. And the presentation, the PPT that are you able to see?
No, madam.
There seems to be some problem with the. I might have to send the presentation to you and request you to present it.
Please share, madam.
I'm sending it to you. My sincere apologies to everybody. I hope you have received my presentation, ma'am.
Yes, madam. We are just opening it.
Right, thank you.
Can you share in WhatsApp, madam?
I see. Sure, I'll do that. Well, Is there a problem that you could not receive it or something? Yeah, sent. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Without any further delay, let's continue with today's activity. Well, it is quite a big challenge if I have to give you a virtual tour of TWorks. However, I personally invite you all, whoever is attending and your corresponding colleges, to please come and visit TWorks, because this is the very first time, and this is a place where you wouldn't be able to understand much about what we are actually trying to do. It's like COVID, during the COVID period, if I'm asking the students to learn the practical lessons and then appear for an exam, it's as equal as that. Because that's because we have a huge set of equipments that are there in the organization that are set for hardware prototyping and innovation. Can we go to the next slide, ma'am? Yeah. So this is Telangana Innovation Ecosystem. Under Telangana Innovation Ecosystem, everybody, I would like to do a small correction to my introduction during that is given by Padma Garu, because we are not a co-working space, we are not an incubator, we are not an accelerator, but we are associated with our fellows and partners who are part of the Telangana Innovation Ecosystem. During the Telangana Innovation Ecosystem conception, there were given permissions to set up facilities to encourage innovation. Few of which is T-Hub focuses on incubation, V-Hub, T-Hub focuses on incubation. Funds will be focused by TSFC. Skill development will be focused by TASK, TASK, which is Skill Development Center for Telangana. And there are enablers who actually enable if you have any research projects and scouting innovators across the Telangana, which are RICH and TSIC. The only organization that focuses on prototyping is TWorks. So rest all, there are about some, I'm sure, I don't know, in Telangana, there are about some 57 incubators, literally 57 incubators. Few of them only help you to get into any sort of experimentation and prototyping with a limited capability. Whereas TWorks has huge set of capabilities where we have a lot of equipments. In my further slides, I will be able to explain it to you. I'm asking everybody to actually raise your hand and ask me questions if you have any, or write in the chat box. Next slide, please. Yeah. So the vision of TWorks is very simple yet very challenging. The vision is to create and celebrate the culture of hobbyists, makers, and innovators in India who explore and experiment without the fear of failure. Well, when we were thinking to actually write our vision statement, we thought we will just celebrate the culture of makers, hobbyists, and innovators in India. But is there a culture yet? There's literally no culture yet. Only certain amount of people are really focused on actually doing any sort of hobby culture, hobby development, maker development, and innovation. So we thought we'll have to create and celebrate the culture of hobbyists and makers and innovators. This is not limited to India, but we thought first let us address India and then later go to the global platform. Yet we are open for the global reach already, and we have been associated with a couple of universities, couple of institutes across the global platform. So the later part of the vision statement, who explore and experimentation without the fear of failure, has to be added later, because in India, we tend to actually give up on our dreams, our exploring culture, because we have that fear of failure. So to eliminate that fear of failure, we say, come to TWorks, fail and learn from it. As you fail faster, you will be able to move further faster. If you don't fail ever, once you go into the market, it will be quite challenging and you might fail, and the market would have been already taken over. So that's why we say much before during the prototyping phase only, much before it get into the product development phase, you should be able to explore a lot of variants and keep experimenting faster, so that you will be able to go to the market faster. Next slide, please. So the priorities of TWorks are very clear, which is prototyping first, sourcing second, mentoring and collaboration, talent development and upskilling. Incubation actually comes later, and funding also. Because as earlier I have told you, there are about some 57 just in Telangana region only. There are about some 57 incubators. Dr. Z can actually correct me if the number has increased in the recent past, but not less than 50 incubators are there. Only organization that is able to focus on prototyping, sourcing, mentoring and collaboration. Mentoring in terms of hardware innovation. So the prototyping and sourcing are the key participants here in this, because if you have an idea and you are experimenting, you should know where to source your components. You should know where to source your raw materials. Even in your, I'm sure all the faculty members or the professors or assistant professors or the HODs would agree with me, because the sourcing is a key and quite a big challenge. You do not know which vendor to go to. Even if you go to the vendor, there will be some sort of a minimum order quantity that the vendor or the workshop would ask you to raise, because you or the student or the startup may not be able to afford to it. That's why we are trying to solve that problem by keeping a stock of required raw materials at our organization, so that it will be an easy and cakewalk for you to do the prototyping. And the values are collaboration, collaboration, collaboration. If we do not collaborate, we will not be able to move faster. So, and fair and non-discriminatory access is something that we are looking at, because at any point in time, anybody should be able to walk into the organization and they should be able to work on their hardware product development journey, and no mass manufacturing, because I've been insisting on the point saying that we are a prototyping center and we stick to that norms. In prototyping, you will be able to work on minimum of 1 number or maximum of 5 to 10 numbers or a batch of your product, while the mass manufacturing can be connected to the vendor connect. And no equity will be taken if you are developing any product at TWorks. And IP protection and facilitation will be given, and we will focus on that. Next slide, please. I would like, it seems like a lecture for me. I would like you to please switch on your video if I could see, so that it'll be an interactive session, because giving a virtual tour itself will be a quite challenging task, because I'm trying to fit in a lot of information into a PPT presentation, and then you wouldn't be able to see what I'm actually communicating to you. May I please ask you to switch on your video?
Dear participants, please switch on your videos if the bandwidth and internet is good connectivity.
Or you could actually start asking me questions. I'm sure this is a different subject altogether I'm trying to talk about. Well, I keep continuing. I'm assuming that you are actually attentive and you're able to listen through my conversation here. Thank you, Kasim sir.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So this organization is actually state funded. The investment, land, building, and equipment is given by Telangana government, and the prototyping infrastructure will be set up in 4.79 acre campus. The first phase, the inauguration that you have recently just seen, is actually the first phase of building only. The first phase is 78,000 square feet facility, which is at the heart of the city. Anywhere anybody can access this place. Next slide, please. So why are we saying India's largest prototyping center? Is because of the type, because of the number of equipments that we have regarding the space or the capabilities. You would see the scale here. Next slide, please. And we are world's second largest. Very soon, once we start working on our phase 2, we will be able to beat and become the world's largest. Next slide, please. Yeah, these are our board of directors, just for your glimpse. Next slide, please. Right. This is very important that I would be very much interested to talk about. Current equipment is about, actually it just increased from 10 crore to 12 crore recently. 12 crore equipment of 100 crore equipment is already been set up much just before the inauguration has commenced. In this setup, we have an access to woodworking shop, welding, sheet metal bending is not there yet. Machining, PCB fabrication, we are setting it up. E-workstations, pre-compliance 3D printing, finish shop is being set up. Pottery is already there. Pottery or ceramics is already there. So the plan is to have minimum of 11 shop floors in the first phase. Out of 11, we have 8 already operational. Out of 8, you have all of them except the sheet metal and PCB fabrication and finish shop. You can go to the next slide, please. Yeah, this is a aerial view of where it is located. Next slide, please. Yeah, so the make building that you see here, where it is written as make, is the first phase of the building. The second will be commenced soon. It'll also start, we'll also start working on it pretty soon. Next slide, please. Yeah, so the impact so far created is rapidly increasing. It's actually not to 250 startups. It's recently been gone to 350 startups and MSMEs being supported. And the rapid prototypes that we have delivered is around some 2,700. So these are a couple of products that we have developed during our setup and using the capabilities. Next slide, please. Yeah, these are our upcoming capabilities: industrial 3D printer, metal 3D printing, advanced communication lab, RF lab. Next slide, please. And yeah, as I just spoken, sheet metal operations is going to come later, while as digital cutting and advanced digital cutting has just come. The one on the right top machine that you see has recently been set up, and one of the MSMEs called Vasanta Tools has contributed to set it up. Yeah, advanced testing lab, etc. PCB fabrication, you can actually fabricate up to 12 layers within a turnaround time of 48 hours only. That's an amazing thing. That's a breakthrough, I would say. So the PCB fabrication is being funded and sponsored by Qualcomm, which is a worth of 7.5 crore, 7.3 crore actually. Next slide, please. So far, are there any questions? Do you even understand what I'm trying to communicate? Maybe? Can anyone please talk to me? apart from Padma ma'am? Or Padma ma'am also, do you have any question to ask ma'am?
It's a really very wonderful experiences we are facing, madam. What are the availabilities in T-Works?
Thank you, ma'am. So I would, as I've already extended my invitation, I'd really want all of you to please come and see. Seeing is believing, right? So once you see, I'm sure you will be able to understand how you can collaborate with us. So the user engagement, I will go to the way how we are going to engage. The user engagement for such a facility is quite a big challenge, yet we are trying to work on it. There will be users from across the industry, any level, students to hobbyists to tinkerers to children. Actually, the youngest of the youngest maker to wannabe maker is around some 5-year-old who has come and did a workshop with us. And the oldest is around some 87-year-old who has actually come. So that's the age bandwidths that we are trying to work on. So the categories are very clear: makers, innovators, startups, MSMEs, SMEs, public and private labs, and corporates. Anybody and everybody can start using this facility through the programs called workshops, trainings, events, IP facilitation, and sourcing. You need not actually wait for anything. You can just say that you have a sourcing requirement. You can write to us. We will help you get the right sourcing. If at all we have it, we will be able to immediately deliver it. If we don't have it, I see a question. What are the safety measures taken in PCB unit? Sir, as I said, we are yet to set it up. And the Qualcomm is actually helping us set up the facility. Sir or ma'am? Yeah, sir. Yeah, Kashim sir. So we are yet to set the PCB manufacturing fabrication facility. Yet we have a pick and place machine, actually. So it's part of the pre-compliance laboratory. I hope I have answered your question, sir. Yeah. Moving on the way. Yeah. Moving on, the way we engage with the market, I mean, the users is through workshops. Workshops are more of an experience and learning. Trainings are skill development and upskilling. Events where you will have a lot of meetups, a lot of challenges, and IP facilitation and sourcing. The engagement for such facility is rent equipment. So when we say renting equipment, do we really have that capability of technicians that can rent the equipment? Not really yet, because India has already taken a backseat in terms of manufacturing and hardware development. And that's why this is the very first step, I would say, where the focus is on upskilling and training and all that. So while you have to rent an equipment, if you have a requirement, you can write to us. And if you want to rent an equipment, let's say a pick and place or a soldering station to any sort of 3D printer or anything, we would just do a quick check of validation, understanding how capable an individual can operate it, and then give the facility to operate. And we also provide design and fabrication services. In a way, you have a CAD model, you send it across to us, we fabricate it for you. And may it be any technology, any material, we do it for you and we then deliver it back. Currently, we are a team of about some 90 people, which also includes fellows, interns with us, which is a combination of designers, engineers, senior engineers, senior technical directors with us, designers, starting from spatial designers to industrial designer to product designers. Everybody is part of the group, the team. where we will be able to take it up and we will be able to work on your design fabrication or design printing or anything that you wanted us to do and send it back. So that's how we were able to deliver about some 2,300 parts so far. And the collaboration could be end-to-end product. You can walk to us at any point in time of your product development, and we will be able to help through it. Let's say you have a product development project. You can write to us and that becomes a product development service. Depending on the requirement, we define the scope and we will allocate the required manpower, and we will be able to develop the product while we focus on co-collaborating and co-creating the product. That's why we want you to start focusing on learning, attending the workshops, attending the trainings, and then further you co-create and we just facilitate you with rental equipments. That's all. Next slide, please. So far, any questions here in this slide? Because that's a key slide. All right, I'll move on. Ma'am, can you please help me with the next slide?
Yes,
How many people can accommodate? So as I've told, this organization is currently being operated close to 90 people. And in a day, we will be able to accommodate not less than 150 people from the market, from the user perspective. Maybe it could be for training, it could be for workshops, or it could be for any of the engagements that I've just discussed. I hope I answered your question, Gopal Krishnan. Thank you. So these are a couple of, you might be thinking, okay, this is a facility, there are machines, etc., and all that. As I've been just saying that the market is, the current Indian market is still not in the front, still not front footing manufacturing, because the manufacturing happens somewhere else, and the the R&D happens in the US, and the manufacturing happens in the China or Taiwan or anywhere. And what we are actually doing in the name of manufacturing units in India is job works or patchworks, or a very minimal portion of the work that is needed for the product development. Whereas we as Indians are capable of, given an opportunity, given an access, are capable of actually doing the end-to-end product development from India. There are no limitations, sir, Mr. Kannan. This place is for global. This place is the very first time in the entire world, I would say. The other places also, as I've just shown you the comparison list across the globe or across India, they are smaller in size. Because you might be asking a question. So to answer your question, sir, there are no limitations. Anybody can walk in at any point in time. Just yesterday, I've actually facilitated somebody from Maldives. And day before yesterday, we had someone coming from Philippines. So this place is open for anybody at any point in time. Thank you, sir. So these are a couple of products that we have developed using our capabilities. If you see the wings, right, or the nose part, so that's actually 3D printed. And the wings, the wing is actually cut in the laser cutting machine that we have using balsa wood. So this is a VTOL, vertical takeoff landing drone, which can carry a payload of about some 1.2 kg with a range of 40 kilometers. That's a working model, functional model. Next slide, please. This is an oxygen concentrator that is fully designed and developed at TWorks. During the second wave of COVID, we didn't have access to any of the laboratories or any of the market places where we collaborated with Qualcomm, Honeywell, they opened the doors for us to do EMI, EMC testing and component sourcing. A lot of hardware engineers from across Hyderabad, because during the COVID, we could reach out to Hyderabad only. And then multiple people came, joined and helped us from designing to product development. That's an oxygen concentrator. This is a mechanical ventilator. This is a community-driven project, 100% community-driven project, where about some 29 to 30 hardware engineers across Hyderabad or Telangana have come, sat with us in our organization. They didn't even, there were times they also slept in the office, and we were actually working out of a very small office, which is about some 6,000 square feet facility, where we had access to a couple of, this is during the second wave again. We didn't have access to much of the machinery that I've been talking about. We had access to only 3D printers, routers, laser cutting, etc., where the community of the engineers or the technicians or the sourcing vendors have joined their hands. And this ventilator has been developed during the COVID. Within 31 days, a working model came out. That's the mantra of collaboration. That's the output of the collaboration, I would say. Yeah, so we have a couple of, these are a couple of products that's been 3D printed. That's a surgical guide that's been used for black fungus treatment by LV Prasad Eye Hospital of Hyderabad during the COVID black fungus outbreak. So they have a CAD model, they sent it to us, we 3D printed it and gave it back to them within overnight. This is a very interesting and very impressive story. That girl had walked to us through our ecosystem partner called TSIC, Telangana State Innovation Cell, during their flagship event of called Intinta Innovator, Har Ghar Innovator, or Every House as an Innovator is their title of the project. And they go to each and every corner of Telangana and ask people to come with an idea, come with an innovative idea. So this girl had walked to us when she's in the class 8th. She's currently studying the second year of inter or first year of engineering, where her recipe, her product is the biodegradable pot, which is a recipe with some methi seeds, tamarind seeds, and the leftover. We usually have such a leftover fertilizers that we use, right? So she came up and said that while I make it with my hand, I'm able to do only about some 7 to 11 per day. While if you help me to prototype or give me a solution, I will be able to scale it up. Then we came up with the machine, which is on the right side of the slide, which is in red color. That's just a compressor. That's just a mechanical compressor. So where you put the ball of the biodegradable pot recipe, and then it makes the molds. And look at the scale. I mean, you might say that, okay, it is just a simple machine. Yes, it is a simple machine. It is nothing to do with the technology, but access to the machine, access to the manpower, we were able to deliver this entire thing with the help of GE Appliance by giving her, by raising some funds to do a preparation of the machines, which costed about some 5.5 to 6 lakh rupees, where we were able to make this machine entirely made at T-Works by T-Works. Actually, we didn't have access to all our machines that I've been talking about, milling, drilling, etc. and all that. So that girl is now setting up her facility where the scale is about some 300 per week. That's the scale. And she's actually registered her own organization, and then she's going to, now she gets connected to, through the government, she is actually getting connected to a project called Haritaharam. And who knows, she might get an order from the government for saplings. So that's a success story. This is an air serve payload that's completely developed by TWorks. So that's for an organization which is into drone manufacturing has reached out to us as a product development service. We were able to develop the payload, which is on the right side of the right corner of the slide, which can carry the medicines actually. So which can carry a payload of about some 450 grams. So that's a success story again. So these are a couple of examples. Well, there ends my story. I would like to hear a lot of questions from you. I'm sure you all have questions because this is, for me at least, this is a breathtaking journey that I've been associated with TWorks, and I'm so proud to be associated. So I would like you to ask me a lot of questions, and this is the only way I could actually present TWorks. But I personally would want you all to come along with your college faculty, come see the facility and do a workshop with us, any sort of a workshop with us. I'm going to actually share done manufacturing and testing is available. Manufacturing drone manufacturing and testing is available. Drone manufacturing, any manufacturing cannot be done at TWorks because the machines that are available is for prototyping. I mean, even though they are industrial grade and sophisticated, we don't do mass manufacturing, but we help you manufacture the drone, as in develop the drone. As you have seen the VTOL, vertical takeoff landing drone, that's completely made at TWorks. Testing, no, not yet. We go through different government connects, but if you need any of such connects, you can write to us and we will be happy to help you. So to contact us, you have this contact details, solutions@tworks.in. You can write to us for any sort of requirement, may it be sourcing, may it be mentoring, may it be, we would actually want you all to onboard as mentors. Licensed software availability for what? Can you be more precise? What sort of program, answer? PCB designing, licensed software availability is, we have a resource who can actually help in PCB designing. We could do it for you. You can be more precise on what is your requirement. Write to us on solutions@tworks.in or to the number that is available. MATLAB is still not there. Microcontrollers, not there. So the equipments that you have just seen are only 10% of what is planned. There is so much to add to it.
Madam, one question from my side.
Yes, ma'am.
If we come with a problem,
yes,
you will give us an indigenous solution for that problem.
So we can do that. Actually, our slogan is, you walk with an idea and walk out with a product, is what we promote.
Okay.
So it could be any sort of, I mean, should be a hardware product. So that's a thing.
Actually, I was under the impression, like looking at the Aleep in the morning session, we thought there is some equipment is readily available. We can come there and test it. But
you can actually come to TWorks and there are equipments already been there.
Can we use those equipments for developing our own products with our own ideas?
Certainly.
Okay.
Certainly. Provided you know how to operate the machine. That's all.
That is the reason why I said co-work space. The facilities are available and we are using it.
So you can, the co-work, this is a
Different, yes,
co-make
madam.
space. I
Yes,
would say
madam.
co-make space. You can,
Okay, came go right.
co-working space is just a chair and a
Space
table
level.
and
Right.
internet access, right? So,
Okay. But the facilities are available.
yes.
Right.
Someone had asked me if live internships for students. What do you mean by live internships, sir?
For any of the product designing aspects, madam, as you people are giving us a solution
Right,
to any of the problem,
right.
can we involve our students as an interns for giving up or working along with you for giving a solution, better
Yes,
solution?
yes. Actually,
Right.
we have a lot of students. The interview process is little strict and which is very important too. I'm sure you would appreciate why I'm saying this is because we look at not just 9 to 6 job that somebody would give me instructions and I would do it. We want someone to be part of our organization who pick up things and who will be able to find solutions faster. Because if we don't run faster, we will never be able to take the bus for manufacturing at all India as a country, right? So that's why we say not just a bookish knowledge, come here. You can, there are about some 40 interns with us right now. Actually, not 40, sorry, I might be exaggerating. The number is close to 30-35 from across India. Student interns for Polytechnic college levels, yes, open. There are a couple of volunteers also. You would be surprised if I say that there are 11th and 12th class students also volunteering. And one such, it's not that we do take 11th and 12th. We look at some technicalities if we are actually working on product development. These folks, if you know what you wanted to work with us, you have a place in TWorks. As simple as that.
You do advertise, madam, for these interns?
Yes, of course. So we have a fellowship program every year on March. We publish fellowship application requests, and I'll give you a quick glimpse of the recent 2022 applications. We had about some 2,700 applications have come, out of which we recruited 6 people.
Okay.
Fellowship program is a 1-year program, 12 months program. A paid stipend will be there. Internship is also a paid stipend.
It's a 1 year or 6 months, 3 months?
Internship is minimum of 3 months.
Time slots, madam?
Minimum of 3 months for internship, ma'am.
Okay.
That's when people will be able to at least grasp something.
Yes.
Any other questions? Okay, I have a question. What do you think about this place? Maybe you could actually talk to me and tell how it is.
Actually, a lot of wonders are being done by TWorks, madam, in this during this COVID, as you have shown us the drone or the payload for medicines transportation or the ventilator, how it is being done. Is there any minimum period or a maximum period limit for any problem to get a solution? Or
Very good question.
Yes.
Very good question, ma'am. So I'll tell you, since we are calling it as a prototyping and we focus on rapid prototyping. The very recent project, which was done in May, actually, let me see if I have any pictures or a video. Just a second, ma'am.
Okay.
We have a project where we wanted to showcase the capabilities. By doing a project, we have actually done a 72-hour challenge. Let me show you that if I have any.
Hackathons like things?
It's much more than that. We actually made a product. It's a makeathon, I would say.
Okay.
Allow me to. There seems to be a problem with my laptop. I'm unable to. So I'll do one thing. I will actually. Yeah, I found a picture. I will try and send it to you. I've just sent you an image. Should I send it on WhatsApp maybe?
Just we are trying to download, madam. Just a minute.
Sure. Ma'am, I've sent you on WhatsApp also. You can have a look at it maybe.
Keep that, keep that. Anand. Keep that, keep that, keep that. Anand. Okay, Oscar. Goal is Ready, ready.
Yes, ma'am. So this is the 72-hour challenge output. I've also shared you a couple of other images on WhatsApp, ma'am. You can actually. So that's an Irani chai brewing and dispensing machine that we have manufactured. I would say developed. Starting from designing to cracking the recipe to actually make the entire structure and dispense 25 cups of chai has been done during 72 hours. The whole organization, which is about some 67 to 72 employees, including the CEO, we were all logged in the organization for 72 hours. Locked as in we were sleeping there, we were eating there. Most of us are not even eating, running around. We brought all our workstations. That's why I've told ma'am it is a co-make space. We've just moved everything down and we went to each shop, each laboratory. We were just going cutting to milling to drilling to do everything. And we got the output of Irani chai brewing and dispensing machine. So that's one of the recent successful, we would say, we call it as a newborn baby in our organization. I hope I've answered your question, ma'am.
It was really wonderful, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Why can't we, as an engineering colleges,
Yes.
we can join with our expertise and knowledge, and along with your expert team, we can even have something like this, a hackathon or hackathon type of
Absolutely.
challenges. Definitely, we can get collaborated, and maybe it will be very quite interesting for all the students as well as the faculty
Absolutely.
to be
Absolutely.
involved.
It's going to be an interesting collaboration, ma'am. So we are just testing, and we have successfully succeeded. You could suggest what you wanted to see the next, and we can do it. So as an invitation, so as a process, right? We will just see. I would like to invite you all, not a virtual talk at all. We just don't do any sort of things virtually. Since the request came from Dr. Z, Dr. Zahirullah, they said, okay, fine, let us do this. And let us at least take an opportunity to present it about T-Works. But I would invite all the participants or someone who missed during this session to please come over and join and do a physical tour and a workshop with us. A small workshop, which is about some 3 hours. While you spend some time with us, you can come and do a 3-hour workshop with us. So you can do that, and then we can actually look at doing a lot of other activities.
Yeah, definitely, madam. 3 hours workshop means we'll be very happy, and our students also will be very happy, as well as the faculty also, to get collaborated and do something like an hands-on, and take a product along with them. Within the 3 hours, something miracle has happened.
Yes. So, ma'am, I've just shared you a presentation, a small PDF on this chat bot. You can actually look at the workshops that you can do, and you can write to me. I'm also leaving my contact number, and or should I go through you, ma'am, Padma ma'am? Should I send it to you or the email and then you
Yeah,
circulate it?
no problem, madam. We'll share them. Absolutely no problem.
All right, good. So I'm just writing my name, contact number. Yep. So I've actually shared the T workshops list for your information. Any of the faculty member who is attending this session can write to me, and we can go with a minimum participants of 10 to maximum of 30 to 35 per workshop. All these workshops are actually tailored in a way that we conducted for about 3 hours. So these are the things from my side, unless you have any questions or.
Requesting participants, you have any questionnaire, can please feel free to ask with the madam, or you can post in a chat window.
Perfect. So these are the list of workshops that I've been talking about. Did anyone of you, I would have asked this question actually. Why do you have a ceramic studio? Why do you have a woodworking? Why do you have a PCB? I mean, it's more like a college. Why are you calling it as a prototyping center? Do you have this question? Any one of you have this question?
So you can actually go to our website, which is, I'm also putting my website here. You can go to our website and there are you can a lot of students have already started applying and the colleges have already started approaching. And currently we are going little slow on the interns because the first cycle is actually getting over. Now, I mean, it's in progress. So I've been talking about that the services, right? You can actually send a CAD file and we will be able to deliver it, right? So that website also, I'm actually putting it here. So, however, I will actually send all these details to Padma ma'am. Padma ma'am, I request you to please circulate it within all the participants. My contact number, the presentation, each and everything that I've just shared on the chat bot.
Yes, madam.
Yeah. So are there any other questions? So the recent link that I have shared, right? You can actually check our capabilities, what all machines are there, what all technologies are there, and you can actually upload. Let's say you wanted to do a laser cutting and you don't have an access, or your laser cutting machine is occupied or anything, you can send it to us and we will do the job for you and deliver it back. We can actually give you a quotation, and then there are good amount of discounts that we are running for students, rural innovators. There are cases also, sometimes we gave about some 60 to 70% discount to rural innovators, and students get about some 25 to 30% discounts, whereas startups also is a similar set of discounts that are given on the prototyping services. And all these workshops are all, everything is paid, okay, but at a nominal charge. And why do we charge is because you understand the value of it. If it is given for free, it is not valued properly. That's why all these workshops also, ma'am, can you actually scroll it a little down? Let's say you wanted to know about, do a workshop on woodworking or a soldering. It starts with about some 1,800 rupees to 2,000 rupees per person, where you will be given an access to the entire tour of the facility. And then you will do the workshop and you will take a hands-on experience of doing a project. And there is a learning that you do. And a ceramics workshop, let's say, you will be given an access and an experience to learn about wheel throwing. So the list is here. You can actually check the details of the recent workshops that we have conducted to different age groups and different category of people. And then that's how it is.
Madam, one more question from my side.
Yes, ma'am.
Apart from the problem and the solution, what are the equipments related for the prototyping will also be shared, or we can able to purchase that so that we can go for a product as well as the entrepreneur for development and for development of our prototype as a product and selling into the market?
Ma'am, can you repeat the question? Is your question, and can you please repeat the question for me?
Yes, madam. My question is, we are coming with a problem and you people are giving us a solution.
Right.
If say, for example, in a hackathon, a Irani chai machine has been done from your side.
Right.
So that type of a machine, can we able to take it up?
Oh.
And can we make it as a product, or we can go for a market for the same product which we have already got the prototyping? The machinery, can we use it for development of our as an entrepreneur?
Absolutely, ma'am. This place is for such activities only.
You come up with, let's say you wanted to make some idli vending machine. Okay, I'm just taking an example. And that's a makeathon, and your college comes up with such an activity, and then you are able to do it. You can register your startup and you can take it into the market. Mass manufacturing, we can help you connect with multiple vendors and you can mass manufacture it also. So that's what it is. Is your
It's really
question?
wonderful. It's really wonderful and appreciable, madam.
Thank you, ma'am. That's the whole idea of setting up such a facility, ma'am. Let's say you must have read it on the news that Foxconn is setting up their facility here. And in Telangana, a lot of industries are actually being set up. And let me ask you a question. Is the student community ready for getting jobs or being in the leadership positions in such organizations yet? Do you think the
Yes.
student community is ready?
Not ready.
Exactly. That is why the student community can come over, get the hands-on expertise and be ready. Let's say one of the students says that, okay, I am going to supply for some kind of a small component that goes into AirPods, Apple AirPods. And the Apple AirPods production is being done by the Foxconn. I'm just throwing in the setup that they are setting up in Telangana or Chennai or wherever it is. You could come and experiment on it, and you could actually conceive that idea and induce that into your startup as a startup, and then register and become one of the vendors to such a huge facility, so huge organization. So that is where the success comes. That is where we all join the hands. So nowadays, like for example, Renault Nissan has come the last time, and they've come, they did a workshop for the leadership team. ITC is coming. Like a lot of organizations are actually coming and they're partnering with us because they understand that having an access to such a facility is wonderful. So that's how we are actually going. And this is for such startups, Padma ma'am, to answer your question.
Yes, madam. It was a really very much appreciable, and
Thank you.
many of the faculty who are the participants may have a lot of ideas in their minds to come
Right.
up with a product or do as an entrepreneur, but they may be not coming out of their comfort zones and coming up with a product. In those terms, if they come for a T-Works, it will be definitely a positive blend. They can able to expect a product out of it, whatever they think about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the whole. Thank you for understanding our effort, my effort in giving you a virtual presentation on what T-Works is.
It was a really mind blowing type of an scenario. What we thought of and what we are looking at the T-Works is really appreciable and remarkable. From our state of Telangana, we should be feeling proud of it. As we
Yes.
have developed a product like a ventilator, which is an emergency need in COVID, that was
Right,
been
right.
developed within a span, within a very short span.
Short span.
Yes, it is really
The
appreciable.
only way we could do it is because we had an access. A lot of ideas get killed because we don't have an access, or we might have the fear of failure. These two things are something that we are trying to solve here. Access and the fear of failure. We are actually, our recent post for the fellowships that we have just posted is come fail and learn. Who would say come fail? I'm sure all you professors, you would say, what are you asking my students to do? But if you don't fail, you will not be able to learn. That's why we say come fail. So yeah, that's more precise about. I hope I tried communicating what I wanted to communicate about T-Works. Thanks,
madam.
thanks for giving this opportunity. If you have any other questions, the floor is
Thank you
open
so
for-
much. Thank you so much to Dr. Jaharullah sir, who has made us to get connected with the TWorks at a last minute, and which had a wonderful experience for all of us as a virtual tour point of view. It is really appreciating. Thank you so much, sir, Dr. Jaharullah sir, as well as Tejashwini madam, to giving a lot of insights of TWorks.
Thank
We
you. Thank you.
definitely will get collaborated. All the participants also please take this as a golden opportunity to come up with as an entrepreneur aspects or an innovation aspect or as a research.
Or you can,
Yeah.
I've heard all of you asking about internships for students. Actually, you know that you can do mentorship with us. So I would want you to, we are actually coming up with a form that will be circulated where there will be some sort of a validation that will be done, and we all open the mentor connects. That's how we wanted to connect with all of you. And I'm sure you have tons of knowledge that you have with you. Please join hands with us in solving and becoming the world's leader in hardware manufacturing.
Definitely, madam.
Thank you, Dr. Z.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for giving us an opportunity to TWorks.
Hi, Tejaswini.
Hi, Zahrullah.
It's great to see the session. In fact, I'm in another meetings and just I kept it on so that, I should not miss what you have been delivering. It's very great. And in fact, it's an great opportunity for the Gokaraju College and also the participants of DST sponsored FDP program on entrepreneurship. And thanks to you, especially, you have made the day, and it's an golden opportunity. And even you have opened up a lot of things for these participants to go way forward. So I hope they will utilize these opportunities like internship and all, whatever you have offered them for innovations and prototyping as well. So
Certainly.
thanks for this, and I hope things will definitely work out. And
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah.
This is just a start, Dr. Zahrullah. And there's much more to go.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, madam,
Thanks.
Tejashwini madam and Dr. Jaharullah sir, to make this happen.
Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day.
Thank you. So requesting all the participants to fill the feedback, and this is after feedback you can leave your session. For today, this is the last topic. No sessions for today.